We have a very, very special video today, and that is the very first look at Alliance Wars from a YouTube content creator. So this is exciting, and we're just gonna dive into it. So we want to just start looking at it so you can see this screen, and if you haven't been, if you haven't seen this before, this is all new. You've got the ship and you can spin it. Woohoo! Look at it go. And then there's just all kinds of stuff. So the first thing we want to look at, we're going to go over these rules. They seem very interesting, very straightforward, pretty good explanation. So let's see. Alliances are automatically matched with another alliance multiple times a week for a 24-hour war. So it looks like it's going to be Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. Then, the war energy to battle defending squads to score points. You can see the war energy when the war is going on. It's going to be right next to the currencies up there. You can use your war energy to battle, and it's regenerated through war, but you can use the credits for additional attacks. So it's not cores. I think that's an important specification. It's not cores that are going to be used to get extra health and stuff. It also says this little tip, you can only use 5. You can use less than 5 if you want to. So for example, if you're fighting a squad that's just like a throwaway squad, maybe like a, 10,000 power garbage or something stupid, you could toss in a 20,000 Gamora or something and take them out if you wanted to. Points are scored for each defending character that has been knocked out at the end of the battle. Summons do not count, which I think is important. And then room points are earned for destroying all defending squads in a room. Some rooms are worth more. We'll get into that a little bit later too. But basically you get 1 point per person that you take out, and so for a total of 5 when you win the battle. And it depends on what that ends up costing you roster wise, is kind of how that works out. So if it takes 5 characters and you beat 5 of theirs, you get 5 points. But if you can manage to take out 5 characters with one of yours, then you still get 5 points, but you only use 1 character, if that makes sense. I definitely foresee a lot of coordinating. I know that it's going to take it. As I've been going through everything, there's lots of just bonuses and different point values and ways that things are set up. It's going to be, if you like strategy, like theory crafting, this is going to be your baby right here, is this mode. So let's see. The alliance with the most points at the end of the period wins war. Duh. Gotta put it in there. Somebody would not understand. If it's tied, the match ends in a draw and they both receive the defeated rewards, which is interesting to me. I don't know that we should both get the winning rewards if we don't win, but it's like the defeated rewards. It hurts, especially if you put all that effort in. But then if you clear the entire Helicarrier, whoever does it first wins. So that's important, it's helpful, and that's good. I think it makes sense. All players that participated in the war will either receive the victory or defeated rewards. The points your alliance earned in the war will be applied to the war season leaderboard. Winning alliances will get leaderboard point bonuses, which are based off the percentage of the alliance's total collection power at the end of the war. We don't really know what exactly that means. As far as this tip goes that we're looking at right here, it seems as though you're going to get bonus points based off of your total collection power. And I know a lot of people were saying they were kind of frustrated that they had high collection powers when it seems like you want a more focused one, but maybe this will help the balance, kind of just like, it'll help balance that out so that you can get extra points for having big collections. It'll maybe balance out. So powering up your roster during war, this is really interesting, will impact your attacking characters, but it will not impact your defending characters. I'm gonna be honest, that one's a little iffy to me. I just don't, it's only gonna work so many times, of course, because you can't lower the power of characters, but it would be interesting if for the first couple weeks, you had a couple alliances save up a bunch of gear and get matched in and then start attacking, but juice up a bunch of squads. Be interesting. I don't know if that's a thing or not, but if you leave an alliance during the war, your defending characters will continue to defend during that war. So I don't know what that means. I don't know if that means you're still going to get rewards afterwards, even if you leave. It's not super clear on that, but I guess we'll find out. When you join an alliance, you have a 24-hour cooldown until you can set up a defense and participate in a war. So say the war is on Tuesday, say you join on Tuesday, you're not going to be able to participate in that one, but you can participate in the Thursday one. So setting your defenses, we're going to look at this briefly because I want you guys to look at it for yourselves too. You can set up your Helicarrier defenses when war is not running. Go to your Alliance Helicarrier through the Alliance War screen. Duh. Easy peasy. You can select a room, and again, we'll see this when we look at the map. There's different rooms, and you pick one, and that is your room. Now, you can have a total of 8 defense squads, because that's how many slots are in a room. If you do not want to set anyone there, like say for example you set 4 teams and you're like, all right, I want to save everybody else for offense, then you'll just have default shield guards. I think they have like 18,000 total power. It's a 2 shield securities, 1 shield trooper, 1 shield assault, 1 shield medic, I believe. I mean, they're pushovers, but I mean, you're not gonna put, you know, one 10,000 power character in and beat them because they're 18,000 power and they have a little bit of synergy. But so it's just kind of, I guess, for like continuity of the fact that it's the shield helicarrier. Seems fine to me. They're fine. Character set on defense cannot be used in attack. That seems pretty straightforward, but needs to be said just because some people might not understand that. They've never played a mode like this. So the order squads are placed in the slots are the order that they will appear to the attackers. So again, what you'll see is that you can see 2 squads at a time, and you can see that, but then you can't see what's behind those 2. So you might say, hey, like this guy has a Brotherhood team. All right, well, I can battle the Brotherhood team and I can use whatever my biggest and baddest team is, but then maybe be in that 3rd slot, they might have a super beefy shield team or Guardians team, and you could have used your best squad for that instead, but then you can't now because you already used it, but you don't know. So it's an interesting layer of strategy. Like you could like try and bluff, like put really strong teams on the front and then really bad ones in the back. You know, that's going to be, again, another level of cool strategizing that we're going to get to do here. So your roster management is a major component of being successful in Alliance War. Remember to keep characters available for offensive attacks. We know that, but you know, it's pretty exciting. Once you have your defenses set, you're ready for war. So room adjacency, this will make sense later, applies to rooms that are above, below, left, and right. You'll understand that later. We'll talk about it. So to participate in war, characters can only be used to attack 1 time, but again, same tip as earlier, you can use less than 1 if you want to. Or you can use 3, or 4, or 2, or 5. You know, no more than 5, no less than 1, but anywhere in between. Attack by selecting a room and choosing a squad. 2 squads per character are shown at a time. This is what we talked about before, and they're going to be displayed in the order of their defense. So that's what we talked about before, is that you can only see 2 of these squads, and it'll just be 1, 2, and then you'll see, you know, then there's 6 other slots, but you can't see what they are. So that way you can see it, and it just, like I said, it's going to take a level of thinking, like, do I want to use this team here? What do they have behind here? Like, it's interesting. Open access to rooms above and below by eliminating all the squads by 1 player. Eliminate both players to reveal the rooms to the left and the right. We'll look at this again when we look at the map. There's different rooms. They're in rows of 1, 2, 3 across. And so you defeat the one, show you below. Then after that, if you defeat a 1 again, you'll see below. But then if you defeat both players in there, you'll get the left and the rights, and it's good. It's interesting. It, again, takes strategy. You want to go for the rooms that get you the most points, and there'll definitely be a lot of strategy to it, a lot of strategy for strong players to be in certain rooms. It'll be good. Then you can see, you can view the defense to apply boost to defending squads. Now, as far as looking at the boosts and stuff, I'm sure you're curious of the cost. We briefly mentioned it. So this is what it's going to look like when you're in there. So 20,000 at the top, that's not a realistic number. The number is going to be 600 max. And so you're going to see that on the boost, it's going to cost 75. So you're not even going to be able to do a full 6 squads. So you could maybe do 5. I'm not exactly sure how it scales. I know it does go up. So you may only be able to do 4. And when you do that, like we talked about before, what that is going to look like is that that's just going to apply deflect to the entire team. Now, does that last the entire round? Does that last... You know, how does that work? We don't know. Is that going to last like every time someone attacks you, there's deflect, or is it just going to be like the first time you can boost them again? Like, we're not totally sure what that's going to look like right now, but we'll see soon as this first war gets going, and it's pretty exciting. So when you look at war prep, and this is just because this is a test thing, this is not anything else. This is defense boost. You can apply deflect to your defensive team, and so I think they'll be used pretty sparingly, but we'll see. You know, you never know. And then the war energy, we've already seen that. This is just basically, this is the currency that you're going to use to be able to refresh and continue fighting. Like I said, it doesn't use cores, it uses this. You get this out of the Blitz store. One of my favorite features of Alliance Wars is being able to see who attacked your team and what team they used with the power level. So this is a really cool just little thing that we're all going to get to enjoy. We'll see like, hey, like my Brotherhood team of 250,000 power, how could anyone beat that? And then someone could come in with whatever team they have. It also helps prevent cheating, because if someone cheats and they come in and you have that 250,000 Brotherhood team and they beat it with a single Scientist Supreme who's at 3,000 power, you're gonna be like, okay, they're cheating. So that's pretty cool. I did just want to brag about that a little bit. I think this is a really sick feature, and I'm excited to implement or just use it when we're playing. I mean, you can look at participation. This just shows where you're at, like which characters, what they've done, you know, defense boosted, whatever. It's pretty cool. It's nice, it's helpful. I mean, it shows everything that's going on basically. And I was trying to find myself. Here I am. So like I've boosted like 4 defensive squads. I've attacked 1 time, and that's just in this most recent war that we're testing right now. So that's just basically, it shows all that. That'll be pretty helpful, and it'll be like, you know, hey, you can like see if you're like really close, and it's like you can see like, hey, like, oh man, like so and so has 0 attacks, but if they just attack twice, we're gonna win, you know what I mean? So that'll be pretty cool. And then the leaderboard, like it'll just show this is the season leaderboard, so you see how many points you have, and then they've just got the rank rewards, which is similar to just the way the raid ones work. But this will be another source of these orange materials. I think that that's great. I feel like we need more of those. So let's go ahead and look at setting defense right now. So when you come in right away, you can see each team, there's different rooms. As you can see, for example, at this bottom one right there in the middle, where the flag is, that's where my room is. I think the flag means that it's open because I left the room, but that's where my spot is. You can go in and you can claim it, and then basically it just pops up with slots of whatever, you know, had the 8 spots for the teams. It'll have the shield teams automatically set, then you just go in and you set the different teams. It's really straightforward. Each room has a bonus, so essentially you can position the rooms differently. Basically the way that we have ours positioned is that medbay and barracks are at the bottom, because these bonuses that you can see, those go to the entire every room as long as those rooms are still up and not defeated. Then you can also see that, so I get applying defense up to defending allies if engineering, the adjacent room, is still up. As you can see with some of these, like example in engineering here, they've got 4 yellow ones, which means that there's 4 player filled squads in there, and then 4 black ones, which means it's just 4 shield teams in there, which makes sense. I mean, it's smart, in my opinion, at least right now, to be able to use those shield teams to your advantage, just because rosters aren't huge, and so it makes sure that you have enough teams for that, and it works out. It's pretty good. You can even do something different, like if you see here in barracks, there's 1 shield team, 1 player team, 1 shield team, 1 player team, and it's just, it comes down to strategy related things. It's exciting, it's cool, and this is going to be a really fun new game mode. I think that people will like it. I'm hoping that it won't end up being too much of a time sink, and you know, it seemed like Fox Next was listening to us when we said, you know, hey, like, you know, please don't make this a time sink, because we already got a pretty big time sink with everything else going on. So it seemed like they listened to that. Seems like they were they wanted to respect that. So pretty much, guys, that is just a quick preview of what Alliance Wars is going to look like. I think it's pretty exciting, pretty cool, and yeah, it's here to play now. And I hope you guys are ready. Hope you're ready to go. Hope you are just excited. I know I'm excited. It's going to be good, and you're just going to have to work together with your alliance, and it's going to be good, guys. I hope, like I say, you're excited, and we'll see. It's going to open a whole new level of theory crafting, because we're going to need to get some creative teams to be able to defeat some of this stuff. In the meantime, if you are not subscribed to the channel, do that. Like the video. Leave a comment with how you're feeling about Alliance Wars, and I'd love to know. I'd love to have a conversation as far as what you can see now. But if you have any questions, I'd love to answer them. And if I can't, I mean, we're going to find out real soon. The mode is here, and this is pretty cool. I just want to give a quick shout out to Fox Next for letting me make this video. And I'm not an employee of Fox Next. I'm not paid by Fox Next. Nothing like that. I'm just here, and I happen to be testing the stuff for quite a while now with them, and so it's just exciting. It just kind of worked out that way, and like I said, I'm looking forward to hopefully doing videos like this again in the future. So thank you guys. Check the description for all the important links, and we'll catch you in the next one. All right, peace.